Hey everybody, so this is Dave Blair back on the single screen, and I'm getting ready to run at Mid Ohio in the BMW M4 GT4, and I have not raced this track in probably over a year, so not expecting good things here. You can see I've already qualified last um, by over a second, almost a second and a half. Um, Yeah, I'm not expecting good things, but it is what it is, and I'm going to try and pick up some safety rating here and any opportunity spots that I can get along the way. But that's kind of the story. This is the IMSA GT4 class race.
That's the end of the session, P15.
Okay, so there's two Audi TCRs in this race, and the rest are the GT4 cars. So I'm number 15, or last out of the GT4s, and there's two Audis in here. Again, I'm not expecting great things. I just want to get good safety rating. I haven't been on this track in a long time. And again, maybe I'll pick up some spots along the way. This is a very
30
difficult
minutes, 15th place.
this is a very difficult, tight track. All right, getting ready to go green here. Again, everybody is faster than me, so I have
Alright
nothing to
Dave,
prove
be
here.
ready. Green, green, green.
I did maybe 5 or 6 laps of practice before the race started. Which wasn't nearly enough, so this race is going to kind of be practice. I'll probably run this one a few times this week. I was hoping some people would fly off by now. Oh, there we go, somebody. Again, this is a very difficult track with the elevation and the tight corners. And it's been a while since I've run on a flat screen.
13th place.
I've been running VR for a while now. I'm also running in 4K. It's probably going to be a boring race, but yeah, if I can pick up some safety rating, I'll be happy with that. Now I've turned up the sound of my tires and I've turned down the sound of my engine so that I can hear, you know, when the tires are letting loose easier.
The leader has just done a 128.91.
The fastest lap I did was my qualifying lap, which was a 131.
That lap time was 1:31.27.
Also, I think this race is, yeah, it's going to be a 30-minute race. I probably have too much fuel in the car. Again, I didn't figure all that stuff out before the race started. I just went with the setup that I have, which is the same one I've been using every week. I think this is week 9 in this series.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Thanks for that. Great job.
Someone's salty.
New fastest lap for Romano, 1:28.55.
I do like this track, but it doesn't come up in rotation very much.
P12. That lap time was 1:31.38.
That's about as fast as I can go, like 131s, but I don't know where else to find the speed at.
The gap to Ryan ahead is now 1.0.
Yeah, it's funny when you hit the crest of the hill on the turn, it feels like your car is just going to wash out from underneath you. And this last corner is really hard to get right. I don't know. I don't think I've gotten it right yet. Hey.
Sector 3 is 1.1 off the pace.
I broke a 131, so I'm down in the 130s now. The guys up front, though, are running 128s. Don't go off track. Now the question is, the two that are behind me, not the Audi, but the other two guys, are they going to catch me before the end of the race? That's really my competition. Uh-oh, somebody else went off. All right.
P11.
I know I can get this first corner faster, but it's very tricky. It's real easy to go wide there. You screw up your whole lap. But I know there is more speed to be found there. and it's a hard one because that's where the pit road comes out too. So it's just visually hard.
The gap to Ryan ahead is increasing. It's now 2.2.
I do turn my steering wheel off, and I move my seat forward so that it looks right from my point of view. That was better. It's a lot cooler for me to be
20 minutes remaining. You've got 20 minutes left.
you know, without the VR headset, because when you put the VR headset on, it does get hot in there really fast. And I don't really miss the VR. I mean, it does help with depth perception, but you know, I just miss it when I'm side by side with somebody, because I don't have the ability to just look over at the car that I'm racing against and know where they are. Uh-oh. Ooh. Almost went off there. So again, I'm not expecting to do great here, but I just want to stay on track and get whatever positions I can get. Uh-oh. Don't go off track. Again, it's a very difficult track, so I imagine I'll pick up some more if these people are really pushing ahead of me, or they're battling for position. Late break there. I'm starting to lose focus already.
The gap to Ryan ahead is increasing. It's now 4.4.
I know it's increasing. The sense of speed is a lot less with the flat screen than it is in VR, but I don't know, it's deceptive too, because it looks like I'm going slower because I don't have everything rushing by, but when you go to brake for the corners, you can tell, oh, I'm really going faster than I think I am, or I'm going faster than it looks like I am. Yeah, it just takes, you know, it takes a while. Like if you're going to VR, you know, you've got to give yourself, you know, a couple months to get used to it, and you know, just get into the habit, and you really have to stick with it. It's the same thing when you come out of VR. You have to get yourself used to the flat screen again, or not being in VR. It's weird. Like, it seemed like it'd be hard to switch back and forth constantly.
P11.
I haven't even been playing any other games. I've just been playing iRacing pretty much. I mean, we did the, you know, every now and then we do the race room races in for the Sim Pit Patreon. We did race room, and then before that we did ACC. So other than that, I mean, I hardly play anything else. Just iRacing all the time.
The gap to good behind is now 5.6 seconds.
I've mainly been focused on this car, the BMW M4 GT4 car, and I'm really running in two series. This one, the IMSA Pilot Series, and then the straight BMW series, which is a 12-minute sprint race with fixed setups. Same car, but yeah, I really wanted to focus on this car since I bought it. I have really hadn't used it before this season, so. But
okay, Dave, there'll be chances here. Let's make sure we can take them. 15 minutes left. We're halfway home. Fuel looks okay.
The Sim Pit guys race in the GT3 cars on Sunday while I'm at work, and so I haven't been able to resist.
Check your real time then.
Ooh, I almost went off track there. So like they'll be running at Okayama this week in the GT3 cars, so I'll probably do that race on Friday so that while I'm watching it work on Sunday, I'll know, you know, what lap time should be and stuff like that. So I'll probably run that race. But yeah, it's like since they run the GT3 cars this season for the Sim Pit Road League, I try to race, you know, at least one of the VRS Sprint or something like that, or the Fanatec GT3 Sprint race, and you know, because it follows the same track that they're at. Anyway, that's kind of fun too. And then sometimes I just jump in to the Ferrari Challenge, which is the Ferrari 488 GT3 car, just for fun. Or if there's a Skippy race or a Mazda race I'm interested in at a certain track, you know, I'll jump in and do that too. What I should be doing though is I should be running the NASCAR trucks, or the Gander Outdoor Truck Series. Since that's the series that I run with the Sim Pit on Thursday night, I could run that one during the week, you know, in a public lobby before I get out and run it with the Sim Pit. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really run that many oval races. The only time I do the oval races would be, you know, Thursday night with the Sim Pit during the league. These guys are catching me too, by the way. Carlos is almost 2 seconds behind me.
The gap to Ryan in front is now 11 seconds.
Yeah, my lap time's been falling off too. 132s. I was doing 131s, 130s. But it's like, you know, I'm hitting my apexes. I don't know where they're getting the extra 2 seconds or 3 seconds. But I always seem to be about 2 seconds off the fast guys. I don't know why. They either brake later and accelerate sooner than I do, I guess. I don't know. I have a pretty good setup on this car. It's very stable.
You've just done a 131.67.
I hope he doesn't hit me. Go ahead, dude.
Car right. Clear right.
Bad luck, Dave. Come on, don't let him get away. Yellow flag, watch out. You got 10 minutes left, 10 minutes to go. Nice and smooth with that throttle. Keep it balanced.
Oh, it's balanced. It's smooth.
P12. You've used half your fuel.
So I've used half my fuel. Probably got 3 gallons too much.
The gap to James ahead is increasing. It's now 2.4 seconds.
Yeah, I'll probably run this race a few more times this week. I don't know that I'll get any better at it. Again, I don't run this track very often. I'll probably try it in the Porsche though. Next time. Not that I think I'll do any better with it, I'm just something different. I feel like I'm pretty smooth and consistent though. Just not fast. It does seem easier though to put the car exactly where you want it in, you know, when you're racing on a flat screen than it is, or I suppose curved would be the same, but racing on a monitor instead of VR. just seems to be a little more accuracy and, you know, where you place your tires. Yeah, the part of the thing with VR is you have too much to look at sometimes. You know, I'll find myself like looking around the car on the long straights. It's just so cool to be in VR, but it can be distracting. Whereas I feel like, you know, it can be a lot more focused just looking at the monitor here instead of VR.
Slower class car ahead.
Now I have noticed it seems like I can do a faster lap time with the monitor than I can in VR, but I would say the average lap time per race is about the same. So
yellow flag, caution.
I am more consistent in VR, not necessarily faster.
Okay, Dave, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left. Nice and smooth, don't overdrive the car.
On your right. Clear right.
So while I feel like I've been really consistent in this race so far, but I've been doing like, you know, get all the way from 130s to 132s. And I think when I'm in VR, it's more like, instead of 2 seconds difference, it's like a second difference between my fastest and my slowest. So just a little more averaged out. But in all the races that I have compared, my fastest lap time is not in VR, it's on a regular monitor. Now the other thing too, in VR, I supposedly am getting 90 frames per second, and on this flat monitor, well, this is a 43-inch TV, and it's 4K at 60 frames per second. Now the game, I have it running at 71 frames per second is my it's underneath my picture, but you know, there's no tearing or anything like that. It's just you know, but I'm only getting 60 frames per second here, which, you know, another thing I always wonder, you know, if I had 120 frames per second monitor, or if I had a 144
ahead is increasing. It's now 4.1.
A higher frames per second monitor, would it you know, would I be faster? Like, is the fact that I'm racing on a 60 frames per second monitor, or TV in this case, the problem why I'm not faster? And again, I'm always struggling, like, why am I always 2 seconds slower than the fastest guys? I don't know.
Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
If you guys knew how much time and energy I put into, you know, maximizing the gear that I have, setting everything, all my settings. I go over and over and over again, and you know, I just try to, you know, I mean, I've learned a lot along the way, but I try to maximize all my equipment to make me as fast as possible. That includes setting the brake bias and, you know, the force feedback and my pedal strength and everything. Nothing seems to really help. So the only thing left is, well, maybe it's the frames per second. But you'd think, you know, even going to VR at 90 frames per second should have made me faster. But again, I can usually set a faster one lap time on a monitor than I can in VR for some reason. I don't know.
All right, Dave, the next car is Robinson.
Let's see how much time we got left. Oh, it's almost over. Get the white flag next time by. I know there's more speed on that corner right there, but you're coming up over a hill too, and I don't want to spin out. If you get on the throttle too much over the hill, you'll get tail happy.
Okay, Dave, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. One more to go. Your lap time was 1:31.84.
Alright, let's see, we had, yeah, about 3 gallons too much.
Push, push, push. We can get this position.
I don't think so. He's like 8 seconds ahead of me.
That's a good race. Man, I tried to give it to you, James. I was
2
really
minutes
off
to
at
go,
the end.
2
You guys
minutes.
get paid at the end.
Thanks, buddy. I was really scared that I was going to hit you there at the end. I was just trying to give it everything I could, but try not to get into you. That was wild.
Yeah, I was definitely all over the place. Right there. Good win there. It's Felipe.
Romano is now in the lead.
Alright, Felipe won the race. Almost blew that corner. There's your top 7 anyway.
Yellow flag, caution.
Alright.
P12, there's the checkered flag.
That was kind of a boring race. Results. Started P15, finished P12. Yeah, kind of got, was a little far back on the start too. But pretty clean. We'll go up through the pack here a little bit. Oh, that green 14 car there, Christopher James, he was back behind me at one point. Something happened up here. Nope, 13. Oh. Oh well. That sucks. Okay, so we're in the top split with a strength of field of 2234, and I got my safety rating. I knew I'd drop in the I rating. I wasn't too worried about that. Again, I don't race this track very often, but okay. Conrad Sampson Jr. was the biggest winner with 109, and looks like David Ogden was the biggest loser with a -67. All right, thanks for watching.